back to the Marvel Movie Minute, a daily podcast in which we smash apart the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe in 1-minute chunks so we can analyze them in scrupulous detail. I'm Kyle Olson from the Road to Infinity podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco. Kyle, I'm going to go the long way around on this.
Okay.
But I want to take you back to November 1982, and I want to take you back to season 10 of the venerable American sitcom Happy Days. And this show featured. Now this is late in the run, right? So this is the post-fire Arnold's.
Oh yeah, is Richie still on the show?
No, because actually season 10, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But this is an episode that is titled "A Little Case of Revenge," and it features America's dad, Tom Hanks.
Oh,
so do you remember?
A young
this is the episode.
Tom Hanks.
He was a childhood classmate of the Fonzes, and he comes back, and apparently the Fonz was really ruthless to him, and he comes back, and he's a black belt, and he wants to kick the crap out of the Fonz.
That's right. That's right. I remember him chopping tables. This is a pre-bosom buddies
the
Tom
railing.
Hanks. Yeah.
Right. Yes, this is Tom Hanks, like at the beginnings of all of his insanity.
Yeah, he had like a little fro. I mean, yeah.
Yes, totally,
yeah.
right? And of course, the Fonz is super cool, and he figures out a way to apologize to him. Of course, I mean, takes the high road, apologize to him, but also, keeps him from having to get into an altercation and stuff. Okay, I said I was going to take the long way around on this, but
Sure.
What I always come back to is, what is one of the, not only is it the A, right, with the Fonz, but it's him hitting the jukebox and turning the jukebox on. And I think there's a moment in this minute that both of us, I believe, were like, oh, that brought back a memory of that.
That's right.
And there we have it.
That's right. So we'll get to that here in minute 77 of 2008's Incredible Hulk movie, directed by Louis Leterrier. And we pick up where we left off, which is in Dr. Stern's House of Horrors.
Oh, jeez. It really is, actually. I mean,
yeah, we're getting some mad science here. So we have Dr. Stern is setting up everything that for whatever he's going to do to Bruce. So he presses a control, and the table raises up to sort of a sitting position. We flip around the camera and the other way, and we see Bruce and Betty looking in, going, "Is this really what we're gonna do the experiments on?" Like, okay.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, both of them, like, they have almost no dialogue in this scene at all.
Did you have a moment, like, as this plays out, though, and you get to that first shot of the two of them, and look it, regardless of how, yes, awkward and stilted sometimes some of the interaction is, right, especially at this part in the movie, I love their sort of couple. Like, I love their ability to be together again, right?
Yeah, and they already have that marriage thing where, like, they can just, with a look, they can just pass information back and forth.
But okay, now Betty doesn't fully understand the extent of this, right? Can you just imagine when Bruce's head, man, I was hanging out in a bottling plant, right? I fought all these things
like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I've woken up in jungles, and I begged on the streets of Mexico, and it's come down to this.
This weird guy in a blue cardigan is about to inject some weird chemicals into me.
The nutty professor's personal office lab. This may be it. And I just thought it was just beautifully tragic. Like, okay, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah. So then Bruce sort of takes his position, and Betty helps him, and then Stearns goes and loads a purple solution into the machine. So now we got to call back the purple. Remember, for the very first time that Bruce was experimenting way back in Brazil, one of the things he had done was create a purple solution using some of the stuff. So it looks like Stearns has found what he did, and then made it that much stronger, that much more powerful.
So wait, now that was the solution that was distilled from the flower.
Yes.
So what's the thought? The thought is there's a lot more of those flowers here?
Or he found something that would do the
Synthetic.
same job. Yeah, exactly. Like we will find out. Stearns has been doing a lot more than just one simple experiment. So not in this minute, but as we go along, he starts clamping Bruce down onto this table as these leather restraints that he has on there, and he says, "These will protect you from yourself if you have a strong reaction." And this is what I love. We're still in sort of the light comedy thing. Is that Bruce, flat as anything, says, "You can tell me later if you thought it was strong."
Delivered in perfect Ed Norton comedy.
Yeah, it was great. It was just like
Yeah, okay.
I won't be around when it happens, but you can tell me later. I'm not sure where Bruce got the athletic shorts, but he has now switched into athletic shorts. And I imagine he'll probably be wearing them through the rest of the movie because he has something that's, stretchy.
They're stretchy. That's all that matters.
That's right.
They're stretchy.
And then, so this is where we get our Fonzie moment.
Yes.
Is that as Stearns is going through, he starts something up and he hears the machine sort of fail. So he actually gives it a big smack. And so that we were talking about. So for those of you who did not watch Happy Days growing up, one of the things that would happen on Happy Days is Fonzie, the cool guy of it, would hit the jukebox and it would start playing his favorite song.
Come on, man, this dance is on me.
And then from that, it became this ongoing thing that any machine that Fonzie would hit would automatically start working. And so every time I see anybody hit a machine that starts working, I think of it as the Fonzie.
And what does Stern say? He says something about
stupid graduate students.
But no, wait a minute.
So, I know, right? Don't blame the grad students.
But because here's the deal. You know what that really mostly looks like? That looks like an issue that everything in your laboratory is plugged into 3 power strips. That's what the problem is, dude. Because those buildings, right? They're not that new.
No.
You got way too much stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the problem. So I thought that was kind of funny. Like, graduate students,
don't throw your graduate students under the bus. Come on,
Get
man.
another circuit breaker. Like, what are you doing?
Anyway. Yeah, so and that's when Bruce and Betty share another one of those married couple looks of like, are we sure this is the guy we should be?
And it's nice. I mean, I know people might.
Yeah, it's nice too because there's like after everything we've been through, it's sort of like, okay, what's the worst can happen? Turn into a big rage monster and then destroy this whole building? Oh wait, that is a real possibility.
Exactly.
And then the nice thing is I think you would appreciate the fact that we did not have to see them putting the line in.
Hooray.
No needles.
No pick
Yay.
line. No is seeing a needle penetrate anything. That was tastefully left in the wide shot or off screen. Hooray.
That's right. Just some tubing over the cuffs to let you know that this is the blood is sort of maneuvering through.
Nice.
And so, Stearns says, this will be a somewhat novel sensation. I just love that.
Yeah, that's
it's just
line.
such a weird turn of phrase.
Yeah.
He's such an odd little character. I just love it. So then we have some exposition. And it looks like this is exposition done post because it's all sort of, most of it is like delivered off camera. So it's like as to the back of his head. So I think they probably put this in post. He says, the dialysis machine will mix the antidote with your blood. So the antidote will only take hold once we have the full reaction. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, I did a little bit of research on dialysis just because I didn't really know much about it. Right. So the basic premise is, I'm not going to get too deep into it because there are far more qualified people that can tell you about dialysis, including people who have to go through dialysis on a regular basis. But the idea is that like the blood goes out, and then it goes into a thing, and they have a solution that is there that essentially is cleaning it. So like the blood goes through, and then all the particles they don't want get shunted off to the side, and then it comes out the other side, and it has been magically purified. Not magic, it's science. But then they also have like anticoagulants and things too to keep the blood flowing. But it's like, dirty blood goes in, clean blood goes out. That's basically it. So the idea is dirty part will be the gamma. And so like that will come out, and then the solution will go in right at the time. But they have to wait until the Hulk blood essentially has shown up. So this next couple of minutes are all about blood.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. It's not really a bloody scenes, but there's a lot of blood going on, going in different places.
But isn't that a great follow-up from all the way back to the earliest minutes of the movie when we talked about the animation in the title, in the opening titles? Yeah. That dealt with that and actually saw that. I mean, those pieces were laid in the first few minutes of the movie, and I think that is great.
Right. And we've seen what one drop of blood will do. And so, now we've got like, he's going to have gallons of this stuff going through, depending on the size of the Hulk. But we don't know what will happen because that is where the minute comes to an end.
Wait, what? That's it?
Yeah, he describes the dialysis process, and that's it. So it's like we're setting up for this grand experiment, but we don't know what happens after that.
Talk about the long way around,
right? I know, it's just like this just like the blood. It's gonna have to go through a long process. Well, we're gonna have to go through a long process too before we get to the real big part of the scene, the real big green thing that we're all waiting for. In the meantime, if you're interested in chatting with like-minded Marvel fans over on Facebook, you can join our Facebook group. Say it with me, folks. It's the Marvel Movie Minute and Next Reel Film Podcast Executive Lounge. We've got a lot of really exciting discussions going on lately, so pop in. People have been giving us song lyrics. They've been.
Thank you, Jeff.
That's right.
Thank you, Jeff, for that. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
Some of our best fans that they've done amazing discussions.
That's right.
Has been a tiny bit of corrections. We could all admit that we understand why this happened. But I mean, some great
and basically people are actually picking up on the really obscure references that we've been putting down. So we know you're out there listening. So come on, join the group. You have to apply for membership kind of thing, but we accept everybody, and we're just trying to keep out the bots. So put the thing in, and we'll let you in, and come and join our conversations. Make your Facebook experience just that much better.
Awesome.
So in the meantime, hope you had a smashing good time. We'll see you next time, true believers.
Bye.